Okay, from your web browser, go ahead to the search menu and type in Desmos.com, and you just need the calculator. Calculator, and let's go. And you should see a empty section here and a graph pop up. Now the graph works very similarly. It's got double finger zoom, so I'm just going to leave it like this. You don't need an account, but you can create an account so that you can save your work. So let's go ahead and check to see if you have one. Sign in, and you might be able to just sign in with your Google account. All right, so let's see what we've got. And we'll do my school account. Okay, you should have a school account already included, so go ahead and do that. That way when you're working, you can save your work and then come back to it later. We're going to go ahead and do a similar process to the Excel video from last class, and we're going to create the same thing in Desmos. Different digital resources have different strengths, so we're going to see what Desmos can do for us. We're going to go ahead and insert a table, and we're going to input our data. Now I'm going to label my X's, see if I can do that, T. No, it doesn't like that. Okay, so let's just leave it as X and Y and enter our data. Okay, so we've got similar data to last class. So 2005, 2006. Oh, and it's automatically filling for me. Awesome. Okay, let's go type in our numbers. 113, 118, 119, 10, 97, 91, 87, 91, 95. Okay, good. And we are going to, well, I don't see anything pop up here, and so I wonder if I can find these points. All right, and let's go ahead and change our view window. So if we go up here to the settings, graph settings in the top right. Okay, x-axis. I would like to see x-axis from 2005 until 2013. Next, I would like to see from, let's say, 80 to 120. Ooh, there they are. Okay, now, do we have the right grid lines? You can deselect some of this. Okay, you can leave it. You can add an x-axis label. So this would be T for thousands of people. Okay, thousands of T. Oh no, T is year. Sorry, T is year. And my y-axis, E, is for thousands of employees. Notice that it's automatically inserting the label for you right here. Okay, let's click. And there we go. You can see the cubic. Now I feel like I want to zoom out just a little more so I can see the data off to the left. So I'm just going to go 2000, too far, 2003, 2004. And I'm going to zoom this a little higher just so that my data appears in the center of my screen here. Notice that the labels are very light because we can't actually see the axes here. Okay. We have labels. I don't have a label at the top. Let's see if we can find that. Okay, and I have my table. The next thing I would like to do is to be able to insert a trend line. Okay, you do have some formatting options here. If you click right here, it disappears. Okay, you should be able to, if you click and hold, you have this menu pop up for different formats or colors. Let's leave it red. See what? Okay, you can connect them. I don't know what. Okay, so let's leave it like this. And let's go for the trend line. So you're going to type Y1, right? Because that's what you have defined in your table. Notice it says there's 9 elements. And we're going to press approximately. That is to the left of the number 1 key, so shift, okay, approximately. And I'm going to start with linear. A, X, 1, plus B. It's important that you're going to use Y1 and X1 because those are the values that you've defined in your table. Notice that similar information pops up like it would on a calculator. R squared value automatically comes up. Your A value, which would be a negative slope, and the B value. Now that's an R squared of 0.73. Doesn't seem very good. Now I'm not going to delete this. I'm just going to type in again. Y1 approximately. That's shift and the button to the left of the number 1 key. And I'm going to go quadratic. AX caret squared. Oh, I forgot the 1. Okay, let's try that again. X1. I'll do it again. AX1. Now I'd like to square it. Caret key, squared. Okay. Press my over arrow. Plus, you're going to have to just go alphabetical. BX1 plus C. Remember, quadratics use the coefficients A, B, C. We're just going to go alphabetical. Notice that the blue line pops up on the screen. Now the R squared is still not very good. Now let's go cubic. Okay. Now as we do this, we can go ahead and unclick those regressions because we don't need them. Let's try cubic. Y1 is approximately AX1 power cubed over plus BX1 power 2 plus CX1 plus D. And then I start getting a good regression line. Now I can try, see that 0.97, I could try quartic, and I'm going to do it. Okay. Notice that here it's got this letter E, okay? We don't need that, but it's important that if you remember, E is defined as the number 2.71, which means that when you're doing regressions, you can't use that letter. So we're going to have to skip over the letter E. Y1 approximately. Let's see if I can do this. Can I copy and paste and just change things? Copy, paste. I can. All right, so what I really need is a 4th degree. Squared. Haha, awesome. Skip over E. If you type E, it's not going to work. Notice that right here in the parameters, it's not defining E, which means it's not okay to use. So let's pick the next letter, F. When you look at your regression, notice it goes from 9.7 to 9.8, and we have all 5 of our coefficients defined. Now, Desmos seems to be giving me more decimal places than Excel did, which means it's going to have a more accurate output values. Now, just to compare to the work that we did in Excel, I'm going to go ahead and hide the 4th degree, and I'm going to use the cubic. Now, in order to come up with a list of predicted values, I'm going to see if I can't move these out of order here. Can I do that? Yeah. I only want to see this cubic one. Actually, I'm just going to delete it. Delete, don't need you, and delete. That way I have my table of values up here. Okay, so there's the original table. Here's the regression. And I'm going to go ahead and insert an equation. So I'm going to type y equals, and I'm going to copy over these values right here. Equals a 0.441077. I'm going to use all the values that they give me. X power cubed plus negative 2658.07 x power 2 plus 5.3394 times 10 power 6 x to the first, okay, plus negative 3.5752 times 10 power 9. Okay, now this is supposed to show up as a purple line, and I don't see it on my table. So I'm going to do a little double zoom, see if I can find it. Can't really find it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to click over here. We can change the formatting. All right, let's see if my settings pop up.
Delete negative 2 x plus 2.1. Now from here we're going to go back up to edit list, and then for the equation that we just entered, we're going to click here to
Okay, so right here, my cursor is selecting this equation. And we're going to go up to the settings menu right here, edit list. Okay, and you see that this pops up and it says convert to table. Great. And then it pops up with these values here. Now, I would like to change the input values to match the table up here. So let's start at 2005. Okay. 2005 and go from there. Notice that this is green, okay, so we can see it here, but I don't see the purple one. And if we look at the values in the tables, because they're very, very large negatives, so that's 64,000. And we'll scroll down in our graph to see if we can find it. Oop, 10. And we need to go to 13. So again, one downfall is that with this scientific notation, we're losing some accuracy because we're rounding the values. So I'm going to just scroll down. Let's see if I can change my viewing window to include negative 65,000. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, there it is, way down there. Look at these negative values way down here, which is not accurately representing these values here. Okay, so what are we going to do in order to come up with a regression equation that I can actually type in and use? We're going to rescale the values. All right, now Desmos is a little bit trickier, so I'm going to go ahead and X out this table because it's not helpful for us. Okay. And we're going to redo the regression. Now, one thing you can do is let's fix our window so we have a good view here. So let's do, what was it, 75. Oh, change this, 75 to 120. Let's change my X's right? I want a good window, 2004 to 2014. There we go. Okay, back to my window. You can just edit the existing list. You could copy, paste, or make a new graph. You can also edit the list, and it should 6, 7. Oh, I feel like I need to delete a table. There we go. See, 7 should go with 119. Oh, let's delete this. I don't need that row. Okay, there we go. 7, down arrow, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's going to look weird until you convert all the data points. Now, notice that my window is still 2004 to 2014. Go ahead and click your settings button. And let's change that, right? You changed your input to 4, 14. There it is. The exact same scaled picture, and if I scroll down, look, it automatically updated my value. So let's go ahead and type that. Y equals 0.441077. Now this is giving me more decimal places than Excel did. X power 3 plus minus 11.6039 x power 2 plus 92.5503 x plus minus 114.284. Okay, and you can see this actually graphed exactly where I wanted it to, on top of the green line. So let's click and hold, and let's see if we can just make it dotted. You can see that green line right underneath of it. Okay. Now, let's click on our equation, and let's go up to the Edit List button, and let's turn this one into a table and see how well it predicts. Okay, now remember, our inputs start at 5. So let's go ahead and start typing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Much better predictions. See that? Much closer. This might even be better than Excel because we're getting more decimal places for accuracy. Now, in order to save this, right, click Save so you don't lose your... Okay, now I forgot to title it, so let's title this worksheet number 2. 3 scatter plots in Desmos. And you might want to attach your name just in case. Save. Okay. How do you submit this link? If you go over here to this button, Share Graph, you can submit this link here. Okay, so you can copy that. You can go back to your Google Classroom. You can go here into your classwork, and when you submit it, now this is not the exact thing, but when you submit it, you can attach a link for me to view as well. Let's go ahead and do one last thing here. If you wanted to continue estimating values, you would just type in whichever values you wanted to estimate. Now you can double finger zoom on your graph here, all right, and you can see those values. Notice that 15, it's plotted the point up here as a black dot. Now you can see some of the red dots fall a little bit above and a little bit below. Those red dots, if I scroll up, represent the original table of values. You can also take screenshots in order to input the information into a Word document or an existing paper that you are writing. You would just press your print screen button and take a screenshot that way.